Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man sara ala nahdihi wa tafaqarahu ila yawmiddin. Allahumma rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amma ba'du. Qala Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa ilahukum ilahun wahid, la ilaha illa huwa ar-rahmanur rahim. Brothers and sisters, once again, welcome to Masjid As-Salam for the weekly dars. First of all, I would like to mention about one ayah. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said in the Quran Kareem, "Iqra' kitabak, kafa bi nafsika al-yawma 'alayka hasiba." Brothers and sisters, in this dunya, every one of us, we are writers of the book, author, writing a book. But when our book will be completed, when we pass away from this dunya, when we die, how we will be given this book, and when this book to be given to us hereafter, and who will give it to us? Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And how Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala give this book to us? Either by right hand or either by left hand. If the book given to us by right hand, we are from successful, inshaAllah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. And if the book given to us by left hand, then that person is destroyed. Brothers and sisters, the book we will read when we given the book, then Allah will tell us, "Iqra' kitabak, kafa bi nafsika al-yawma 'alayka hasiba." Now you read your book, and you yourself is enough to count with yourself. Subhanallah. Do remember, brothers and sisters, that the time we spend in this dunya, every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year is counted. Either we use it for ourselves or against ourselves. Then let's get benefit of it, inshaAllah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. In the day of judgment, when we open our book, every page we read, then we will be happy. Why? Because we prayed. Why? We pleased Allah. Why? We passed our life according to the words of Allah in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Every page. Then a person who is happy, then he will say, "Ha umuqra'u kitabiya." Oh, people, come, read my book. I am the successful. See, I am the one who wrote a beautiful words in the book. Subhanallah. And those who are unsuccessful, they will be destroyed in that day. Today, inshaAllah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, our topic is what are the deeds? What are the deeds if a person pass by and he will still get benefit of it? Still get benefit of it. Or what are the deeds of people who pass away, and alive people like a son or a brother or relative or a Muslim brother or sister do it, the deed they do it, and the dead person will get benefit of it. What are those deeds? Let's read inshaAllah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala and learn what Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us. The first one is As-Sadaqatul Jariyah. Continuously charity. That is a person, he or she in his life built a madrasa, a school. He or she built a mosque for the sake of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. He or she digged wells for the people to drink from it. He or she built a road. Whatsoever the people are getting benefit of it, and that is allowed for a Muslim to build, to do. That is sadaqah hasana jariyah. Whenever he or she pass away, whoever use that facilities, he or she will be rewarded. That is called sadaqah hasana jariyah. Charity, continuous charity, till the day of judgment. Till the day of judgment, he will get the reward. Whoever use those facilities, he will be rewarded automatically. Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned a person, a mu'min believer, he will get his reward even after the death as well. What are the things? علما علمه. علما علمه. He seek the knowledge and he passed the knowledge to others. We will explain later on about that. أو ولدا صالحا تركه, or he has a pious child, he grew up a pious child with Islamic knowledge, and he doing good deeds, he will be rewarded as well. أو مصحفا ورثه, or he a mushaf, a Quran Kareem. Either he bought a Quran Kareem and gave it to someone, take this one and read it, and benefit of it. Tafsir of Quran Kareem, gave it to someone reading. Or he teached Quran Kareem to someone, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَ. That is a sadaqah jariyah for him, inshaAllah. أو مسجدا بناه, or house of Allah tabarak wa ta'ala, he or she built in the dunya. أو بيتا بناه لابن السبيل, or a house they built for those who are on their journey. They passing by and they are using that house for a night or two to stay there, and then afterwards they continue their journey going somewhere. أو نهرا أجراه, or they build nahr is a river, a space for the river, the water. They brought water from somewhere to such a people to drink from it or get benefit of it. Subhanallah, that is sadaqah hasana jariyah. أو صدقة أخرجها من ماله في صحته وحياته, or sadaqah charity he had given from his wealth while he was alive and while he was healthy. Subhanallah. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in one another hadith, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned, تصدق وأنت صحيح شحيح. Give charity while you are sahih, healthy, and shahih. Shahih means that you have more energy to work and earn more money. Subhanallah. Don't leave it to the time that you're passing by. Then you say, this is the wealth and this is the wealth, passing by. No, give it. That is called sadaqah hasana jariyah. When you do it while you are alive yourself, you do something for the sake of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, people will benefit, you will get reward. That is the first one. Second one is dua. A person pass away and he left children, family, Muslim brothers, any Muslim brother make dua for him. Oh Allah Ta'ala forgive him. Oh Allah Ta'ala forgive his shortcoming. Oh Allah Ta'ala, whatsoever he or she asking for the dead person, the reward he will get. The dead person will get the reward. Allah will accept their prayer for the dead person. He will be rewarded there. Why? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. إذا مات ابن آدم انقطع عمله. When the son and daughter of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam pass by, then their deeds are over, either good and bad, but from three things: sadaqatun jariyah, the continuous charity, أو علم ينتفع به, or knowledge, he seeks knowledge and he passed the knowledge to others. He passed the knowledge of the deen to others. And the third one, أو ولد صالح يدعو له, and pious child, he is praying, making supplication for his the person who passed away, a father, for a father or a mother. It does not, ulama say, it does not only for a child. Every Muslim, any Muslim make dua for a Muslim, Allah wa ta'ala will accept it inshaAllah, and the dead person will get benefit of it. That's why Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he mentioned the supplication of one Muslim to another Muslim. Why that Muslim brother, he is absent from him, that is accepted by who? By Allah. That is general. Now, the dua is the beautiful ibadah and a beautiful gift for a dead person to give. All the time make dua. Anywhere you are, you make dua for the dead person. Allah Ta'ala will give the reward to that person. The third one is al-ilm al-nafi'. Knowledge. A person working hard, coming to the halqat of the ilm, like we have now, coming to the halqat of ilm, learning one hadith, learning one ayah of Allah Ta'ala from the book of Allah Ta'ala, and they are passing that ayah to another, passing that message to another, and other. بَلِّغُوا عَنِّي وَلَوْ آيَةً. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say, pass from me even one ayah. You know the meaning of one ayah, explanation of one ayah, what Allah Ta'ala telling you in that one ayah, you are a alim of that ayah, then pass that ayah to the second one, to the third one, the fourth one. Do remember, that is a continuous charity, you will be rewarded inshallah. That person who learned from you, whenever he acts, you will be rewarded inshallah. He pass it to others, you will be rewarded inshallah ta'ala. Continuously. Imagine one person, he teach to 20 students. From 20 students, the 10 of them, mashallah, active. And they are passing that message to the others, and other 10, subhanallah, you will be rewarded till the day of judgment, inshaAllah ta'ala. And also, ta'lim is to write something and pass it to another person. Also, nowadays, we have a lot of latest technologies. We have Facebook, WhatsApp, Viber, or anything. Write one hadith, which is suitable to the situation, and pass it by. Subhanallah. That message you send that might go to the 20 people, 100 people, 200 people. That is sadaqah hasana jariyah for you, inshaAllah ta'ala. Because the page will be open for you. You die and the page will be there, people will see it, subhanallah. Also, write a hadith. Write a nice and beautiful hadith, which some people you know that they have shortcoming in such actions. Then write a hadith, put it on a notice board. Let's see, the people see it, inshaAllah ta'ala. That is a ilm nafi'. That is a ilm nafi', inshaAllah ta'ala. You see someone doing something bad or something against Sharia, tell him, brother, please don't do it. That person may accept it from you, then he will pass that message to someone else. That is ilm nafi'. The doors are open. It is not only specifically in the masjid, not only in the houses, anywhere you are, pass the message of Allah Ta'ala. You will be benefit, inshaAllah Ta'ala, while you are in the grave. And even though you give life to the sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and you stop innovation. Some people, they are doing something from themselves. They innovated something in Islam. They think that this is from Islam, but that is not really from Islam. You stopping them. Don't do that. Please. That is innovation. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam haven't done it. Sahaba haven't done it. The Khulafa haven't done it. Why are you doing it? Subhanallah, that is ilm. That is ilm. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he mentioned, من سنة في الإسلام سنة حسنة فله أجرها وأجر من عمل بها إلى يوم القيامة. Subhanallah. Whoever give life to the sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in a place, people, they are not acting upon the sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. One sunnah is dead in the community, in that environment, among those Muslims. You tell him, brothers, This is a sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Let's do it and act upon it. Subhanallah. If they learn from you, you remember that sunnah will work for you, inshallah. You will be in your grave and you will be rewarded, inshallah tabaraka wa ta'ala. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, ila yawm al-qiyamah. Subhanallah. How many years will be till the day of judgment, to start day of judgment? Maybe 100, maybe 1,000, maybe more or less. That years you will be rewarded like you are worshipping Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. That is ilm al-nafi'. Brothers, today, tonight we came here to the house of Allah. What for? To seek knowledge. Do remember, seeking knowledge here, that you will benefit it, inshaAllah tabaraka wa ta'ala. But what you learn, you pass the message, inshaAllah. The fourth one is a charity of one person for a dead person. For example, one person, father passed away, and son, he give sadaqah, money for building of a house of Allah tabaraka ta'ala. And son says, this is for my father, behalf of my father. Son build a madrasa, and some give money to print Islamic books, or flyers, or there are du'ats going somewhere to make da'wah, you see. Then he is supporting, and his intention is, Ya Allah, give the reward of that to who? To my father, which is already passed away. Do remember, brothers, whatsoever wealthy you want to spend for and you want the reward to reach to the dead person, definitely without any ikhtilaf of the ulama, that will reach. For example, there are miskins and poor people, and they don't have enough food, or they don't have pure water to drink. You spend, and you say, this money is for my father, this is for my mother, which is already passed away. You make food, you cook a lot of food and give it to fuqara and masakin for the sake of Allah. That sadaqah will reach to them, inshaAllah tabaraka ta'ala. Whatsoever has to do with the wealth, that will reach definitely to the dead person. Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she says that one person came to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Then that man told, Ya Rasulullah, my mother, she passed away suddenly passed away. And he told, if she was alive, then she might told to make sadaqah, charity, behalf of that. She was making charity, giving charity to the people. If I give charity behalf of my mother, O Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, فَهَلْ لَهَا أَجْرٌ? Will she get the reward or not? إِن تَصَدَّقْتُ عَنْهَا, if I give charity behalf of her, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, قَالَ نَعَمْ. Rawah al-Bukhari. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, yes, whatsoever charity you give, you do, donate anything, and you with the intention that reward will reach to the dead person, definitely yes. This hadith is in Bukhari. It's a bit longer hadith. Also, Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he says, Sa'd ibn Ubadah, his mother passed away, and he was away. While she passed away, he was away from that mother. He didn't see his mother while she passed away. Then he told to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, my mother, she passed away while I was absent somewhere else. If I give some charity for the sake of Allah, will that benefit my mother? Then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam told, قال نعم. قال فإني أشهدك أن حائط المخراف صدقة عليها. رواه البخاري. Then Sa'd ibn Ubadah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he told, I make you witness, Ya Rasulullah, that my garden, which the name is Mikhraf, charity, I will give it as a charity behalf of my mother. Subhanallah. Then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam accepted with that. Whatsoever you give as a wealth, for a dead person, definitely will reach inshallah. Another hadith as well. أبو هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه أن رجلا قال لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن أبي مات وترك مالا ولم يوصي فهل يكفر عنه إن أتصدق عنه قال نعم رواه مسلم وابن ماجه. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he said, one person, he told to Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, my father passed away and he left behind some wealth and he didn't make well to spend this wealth behalf of him, for him, to give it as a charity to someone. If I do so, will he get the benefit of it or not? The Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he told, قال نعم, yes, you can do that. This hadith is in Sahih Muslim, in Sunan Ibn Majah. It's in some hadith. From these three hadiths, there are a lot of hadith. What we learn, whatsoever wealth you want to spend and send the reward to the dead person, you totally can do that, inshaAllah tabaraka wa ta'ala. The fifth one, Al-Hajj, Hajj in Umrah. Hajj in Umrah. If your father, mother, or anyone from the family passed away and they didn't go for Hajj, then you can make Hajj for him. As long, what one condition, that a person going to Hajj behalf of the dead person, he have to make Hajj himself first, then the second Hajj will be for him or her, a person who passed away. Why? Because Shubruma, one of the Sahaba of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he was making intention, one Sahabi, he was making an intention from the Shubruma, Labbayka an Shubruma. Allah tabarak ta'ala, I will make this Hajj for the Shubruma. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam asked him, did you make a Hajj for yourself or not? Then he told, no, Ya Rasulullah. Then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam told him, you make Hajj for yourself first, then for the person who is already passed. Then if you make a Hajj in Umrah for a dead person, accepted, insha'Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala, they will get the reward of Hajj. SubhanAllah, reward of Hajj is من حج ولم يرفث ولم يفسق رجع كيوم ولدتهم. SubhanAllah. Even a person, a dead person, he made a lot of sin. You do a Hajj for them, Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala clear all the sin for them. SubhanAllah. This is the mercy of Allah. Allah wants every slave of him to enter to the Jannah. Subhanallah. Hadith is Abdullah bin Burayda radiyallahu ta'ala anhu an abihi radiyallahu anhuma qala بينما أنا جالس عند رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذ أتته امرأة قالت يا رسول الله إن أمي ماتت ولم تحج قط أفحج عنها قال حجي عنها رواه مسلم. Abdullah ibn Burayda radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he narrates from his father that one day I was sitting with Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and one lady came to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and she told, Ya Rasulullah, my mother passed away and she didn't go for Hajj, he didn't do Hajj. Am I allowed to Hajj behalf of my dead mother? He told, yes, Hujji anha, make Hajj from that behalf of her. Muslim, this hadith is in Sahih Muslim, authentic and sound hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And if Hajj is compulsory Hajj, a person who passed away, he didn't go to Hajj at all. Or Nadhr means he or she told, Ya Allah, if such a thing happened, I will go for the Hajj. The thing has happened, but she or he already passed away. Then the second person, which is a live son or a daughter or anyone, go for Hajj behalf of that person, that is allowed. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned, one lady, she came to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and she told, Ya Rasulullah, my mother, she made another that to make Hajj. Then she passed away before she complete her nadhr. Am I allowed to make Hajj for her? Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told her, Na'am, Hajji anha, you go for Hajj. Do Hajj behalf of her. Ara'ayti, إن كان على أمك دين أكنت قاضيته قالت نعم. The Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told her, if your mother owes some money to someone, she had a loan, got a loan, took a loan from someone, will you repay her loan or not? She told, yes, of course I will repay the loan. Then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he told, اقضوا الله الذي له فإن الله أحق بالوفاء البخاري. Then he told him, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told her that the loan of Allah is best to be repaid, which is Hajj. That is the loan of Allah tabarak upon that person. You have to repay, you have to do it for him or her. This hadith is in Sahih al-Bukhari. Sixth thing is a dayn, loan, which we just learned from this hadith, which is a sound hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari. If a person passed away and he has a lot of loan on him, he borrowed money, took money from the people, but he or she didn't pay back. When you repay, they will be rewarded, insha'Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. Also, seventh one is to fast. Person, he passed away. Ramadan, he didn't fast. Or another, she or he made an intention, if my child or whatsoever become a hafiz of the Quran al-Kareem, I will fast for Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala 15 days, 3 days, 1 day, 20 days, 1 month, 2 months. That is another, become compulsory. Well, kafara means a person, he intentionally eat during the day of Ramadan. Then intentionally he eat, then he have to give kafara. Kafara, what is kafara? This is something else. Then that become compulsory upon that. He have to fast and give kafara as well. Then those things have to, if he or she pass away, her or him, his son or daughter can fast behalf of them. Subhanallah. Can fast. Either day or 2 or 3, they can do that for them. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he said, جاء رجل إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال يا رسول الله إن أمي ماتت وعليها صوم شهر أفأقضيه عنها قال لو كان على أمك دين كنت قاضيه عنها قال نعم قال فدين الله أحق أن يقضى متفق عليه. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he says, one person came to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and told, Ya Rasulullah, my mother passed away and upon her to fast 1 month. So mushahri, 1 month to fast. She didn't fast. Can I fast behalf of my mother? The Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he told, how about if there was a loan upon your mother, will you repay the loan for your mother? Then he told, yes, Ya Rasulullah. The Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, فَدَيْنُ اللَّهِ أَحَقُّ أَن يُقْضَى. Then the loan of Allah have to be, that is the most, have to be repaid, which is the fasting. Fast from the huquq, from the rights of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala upon the slave of Allah. Then you give the right of Allah back to Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. This hadith is in Bukhari, in Muslim. From this we understand, if a person passed away 1 day or 2 days or 1 month or less or more, he or she didn't fast, child, son or daughter or a relative can fast behalf of that dead person, and he will be rewarded. He or she will be rewarded, insha'Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. Another hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, she said, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned, Man mata wa alayhi siyamun sama anhu waliyuhu muttafaqun alayh. Whoever passed away and he missed some fasting, then his wali means his son, his daughter, brother, will fast behalf of the dead person. He will be rewarded. The only thing is which is most famous among the Muslim communities since long time, that is a qira'at of the Quran al-Kareem. Some of us, we do believe that to read Quran al-Kareem and send the reward to the dead person. Will that reward of the Quran Kareem reach to the dead person or not? What I mentioned previously, 7 things, without any ikhtilaf, without any dispute between the ulamas. If you do those 7 things, one of those 7 things for the dead person, they will get the reward. There is no ikhtilaf. But to read Quran Kareem and send the thawab, the reward to the dead person, will that reach or not? Here dispute 2 groups. Ulamas are 2 groups. Some of the ulama says no. The dead person cannot get the reward. They have dalil for themselves. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, وَأَنْ لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى. Insan, human, son of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, daughter of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, they won't get reward, but for those things, for those deeds, for those actions which they have done. Then, if a person read for him, that is not his action, then he won't be rewarded. And those majority of the ulamas, they say, even Sheikh al-Islam, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam Ahmad, and Sheikh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, and his student Ibn Qayyim rahmatullahi alayhi, they say the reward can be sent to the dead person. The reward can be sent there, but they don't have a clear reason that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like hadith we learn in other deeds, that there is no clear hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is no clear hadith. The only thing is qiyas. What is qiyas? Qiyas is, as they say, as long Allah tabaraka Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam give permission that the wealth you spend for the dead person, that will be rewarded. As long a person going for a Hajj or Umrah for the dead person, that person will be rewarded, because Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned. Also, reading Quran is ibadah. Also, this is just ijtihad of the ulama. This is qiyas. Reading Quran is ibadah. We can send the reward to the dead person. That is only reason for them. What we will say? Some of the ulama, they say, when you read the Quran, let's take ourselves from the dispute of the ulama. Don't be from them, those people who say, I read this Quran Kareem, I have authority, send the reward. You get the reward. I send this reward to the dead person. Alright? And then we will be in middle. We'll say that when you read Quran Kareem, one juzu, complete Quran Kareem, then you raise your hand to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Say, you Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, I read this Quran Kareem. Please get the reward or reach the reward of this Quran Kareem to such a person, whoever is passed away, subhanallah. Why? Because we learned previously, dua is accepted, isn't it? Dua is accepted for the dead person. Then, when you make the dua, and through the dua, you're asking Allah Ta'ala, Ya Allah, this is dua. And you're asking Allah to get the reward of that Quran Kareem and get it to that person. Insha'Allah ta'ala, the reward of reading of that Quran Kareem or whatsoever you read it, then that will reach to the dead person because of the dua. But don't do that. You read Kareem, say the reward of this is to that person. Don't do that. Keep yourself from the dispute of the ulama. Some ulama will say no, this way is not correct. Most of the ulama say yeah, this is correct. But let's make it the way which they gonna get the benefit, and no one will tell you that is not the right way. You raise your hand and say, Ay Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala, Quran Kareem I read, give the reward of whatsoever I read to that dead person, that will reach insha'Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala. That's all about the deeds which a dead person can benefit. Insha'Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. If there is any question and also a topic for that, next week Insha'Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Yes, Brother Ali.
Brother, if you can read Quran and make dua, the Quran, it goes there.
Yeah.
The sabab goes there.
Yeah.
What about nafil prayer? You pray and say, my nafil prayer, I pray and go there.
Good question. How about the prayer? A person, he prays, he nafil prayer, and he sends the reward to the dead person. That is a mas'ala ikhtilafiyya. There is ikhtilaf of the ulama as well, but as long there is none of the hadith, there is no one hadith that the sahabi he prayed and say this prayer is for such person. Or the khulafa prayed and says there is no any hadith, any athar from the sahaba, and therefore we are not allowed to pray and send the reward of the prayer to that person. Don't pray, but make dua. When you make dua, what is the reward? Subhanallah. The dead person will get the benefit of it in the same you. When you make dua, Ya Allah tabarak wa ta'ala, forgive that dead person. The malaika there, they will say the same reward, Ya Allah, give it to him. Subhanallah. But there is no hadith that you pray and you send the reward of the prayer to the dead person. The malaika will say, oh Allah, give the reward the same prayer to this person. No. The best thing is dua, subhanallah. There is no in any hadith to pray and send the sawab, reward to the dead person. Let's stick to the sunnah of the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
And Hajj and Umrah,
yes.
Like for example, if you go for Umrah, can you do it for 2 people?
At one time.
Like
In one time?
Yeah, one
for
time.
2 people?
Yeah.
Hajj is once a year. You cannot make 2 Hajj in 1 year. Send
So
reward
half reward.
half reward, no. Hajj have to be complete.
Yeah.
You have to be complete because from 8 Dhul Hijjah you have started your Hajj, you finish either on 12 or 13. Then Hajj is completed. Hajj is completed. Then that reward will go to one person. One person complete. Because that is complete Hajj, complete package. Complete package, you give it to one, not half. But Umrah, inshallah, ta'ala, you can make Umrah. Umrah is all days or months of the year. You can do Umrah and send it for different people, inshallah.
But it can be done during the Hajj, right? As well.
Of course, why not?
Yeah.
But the only thing is some of our brothers and sisters, they are going to Tan'im, which is famous nowadays by Masjid Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, which is 4 to 5 kilometers away from Masjid al-Haram, Baytullah al-Haram. Then they are going there at one day maybe two times or 3 times, some of them 5 times they are going and making Umrah and coming back, going and coming. Subhanallah, in the time of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he gave permission to Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha to go and make a Umrah from the Tan'im. Because she had a monthly period, she faced that and she was so sad. The Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told her, okay, you go and make a Umrah from Tan'im. Go. Tan'im is out of boundary of the Haram. Out of boundary of Haram. She went there and come back. Then afterwards, none of the Sahaba, they went to Tan'im and to make Umrah and come back. Even the Khulafa, they didn't go there to Tan'im to Tan'im to make Umrah and come to the Baytullah al-Haram. None of them. That was given permission to Aisha radiallahu ta'ala. And anyone Sahabiyat, they didn't go there. The mawaqit from where we make intention for the Hajj in Umrah, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he mentioned mawaqit. Our Sha'ir, he mentioned the mawaqit in Sheikh. عرق العراقي ويلملم اليمني وبذي الحليفة يحرم المدني والشام جحفة إن مررت بها ولأهل نجد قرن تستبني. ذو الحليفة is for the people of Medina and Munawwara and whoever comes through the Medina Munawwara. But for those who are in Makkah Mukarramah, they can go to the Juhfa which is 70 kilometers away from Baytullah al-Haram, they can go there, make intention and come back. Not only for the tan'eem in coming back. Jazakumullah khairan. Enough for today, inshallah. In next week's topic. Abdurrahman, what do you want to know next week, inshallah? Next week, anything?
We have last couple of weeks we have learned about how to deal with the mate, the dead persons. So now we already the dead person bring it to the grave, but we didn't learn what it happens after the grave, like what it happens in grave and how the soul is, what to do with the soul, and then later on, and where we go, Jahannam, and where is the Jahannam, and where is the Jannah, what we do there.
Inshallah.
So maybe it's still related, something related. So I don't know if brothers like to learn. Yeah, that's my
Yes, good.
Possible questions when you go when you're buried.
Yeah.
The questions,
Yeah. Yes, it means when a person passing by didn't wear the robe clothes, and what that is that robe coming back to the dead person when it's come in the grave, what's happening with him when the people leave him, what's happening with him in the grave. Let's talk about that inshallah next week. So yeah, that's a good thing inshallah ta'ala to know in that situation inshallah.
So we make one complete set. All.
Yeah, we complete from the sickness until death and what's happening after in the qabr. Inshallah ta'ala, next week we will talk about that inshallah. Happy inshallah ta'ala, brothers? Yeah.
No, I was thinking, why don't we talk about like the world things,
Worldly?
Yeah.
And what we do in the world?
What Muslim can do, what Muslim cannot do, what he should eat, what should not eat, what he should see, what
what not to see.
Yeah, I mean like world thing,
Okay.
rather than
Maybe
focus
just
on-
finish this set.
Yeah,
And then
Yes,
start
inshallah, let's finish.
new topic.
Yeah, it's just my opinion. I mean, everyone has his own.
Because I just said we already talked about the sick person when he going to fast. What we do, what we do if a person fasts, we give kafan and we give ghusl and we pray how to take him to the grave, how to bury him. You see, we have done how to make a qabr, how high the qabr have to be. Are you allowed to write something? All these. Now the only situation left, how will be dealt with the dead person in the qabr. We will come out. What Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told. Later on that one, inshallah. That will be the final, inshallah. Inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan wa barakallahu feekum.
About barzakh too.
Yeah, that's the barzakh, inshallah. We will talk about that, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله فيك سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نستغفرك ونتوب اليك وصلى الله عليه